What's up, everybody? It's Stocks for Real, and like I told you before, we're not just doing one video, but four. The first video was DraftKings and AMD call option plays. Okay, now we're going to look at the downside because we just don't know how the market's going to open tomorrow, and it could go either way. So, without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, everybody? It's Stocks for Real. So, like I said, we're going to look at the downside for DraftKings and AMD. Now, I will say, based on the price action and whatever for last week, how we closed on Friday, it doesn't look like we have a lot of confirmation towards the downside, but that doesn't mean that it won't happen. Okay, so for DraftKings, ticker symbol DKNG, right? I have downside confirmations on a what is this? At Oh, okay. So for DraftKings, it looks like we are at a high volume node of like a known level of resistance. Okay, so that's where the line ended the other day. Okay, so outside of that, with this gap fill, and us kind of taking the POC and closing above it, I don't really see much of a downside. Okay, and not until we fall below that POC level, to which we're going to get into. All right, so that being said, with that level of confirmation, that's a Minnow level confirmation. It's either 0 to 1 confirmation to the downside, which means that I just don't see it right now. Okay, but either which way, here are the levels. Right at 39.14 is where we're going to enter, and if you remember, you enter when you see confirmation below that level. Stop loss is 39.36. First take profit target is 38.43. And then your next take profit target is 37.74. All right. So with that being said, we're looking at the contract of 38.50 DraftKings puts expiring on October 11th. Okay, that contract at the time of this recording, aka close of business on Friday, was $59. Now, anything over $50, I have deemed it as a Dolphin play. However, I do suspect us to probably open up a little bit above this given time decay. So we could be very well under 59 or under $50 in general, which would be a good price for us to get it at. Nonetheless, okay, you're looking at the 38.50 straight. It has a volume of 1720, open interest of only 390, with not a bad implied volatility. Okay, so either which way, that's the play that I'm looking at. It's not strong, but it's on your radar, so look out for it. Okay, the next one on the list is AMD. Okay, AMD for downside confirmation. I'm looking at the price action right now. Now you guys can see what I see, right? So we had that little run up, and it ended with like a strong red bar, but it had a bottom wick. But since then, we lost value, okay, and we've seen a reduction. Uh, the price came down, right, and so now it closed in the red. Now we don't know if it's going to go up or down. It's just not a lot of volume there to say rather not. And there's just so much confirmation that's pointing more towards the upside than the downside. But here we are, right? So that being said, with that level of confirmation, the only other thing that I can see is is pulling back to retest the 21-day EMA. But outside of that, again, I just don't know. The main thing that I see is that if we don't retest that top level, that high that's there, then we're more than likely to come down. Okay. That being said, here's the play if it works out. Okay. Again, is pointing more towards the upside than downside. So trade carefully and make sure that you see confirmation and weakness. Make sure the price action matches the move. Okay. So entry $170, Stop loss is 170.86. First take profit target is 167.85, and then the second take profit target is 165.42. The contract that I'm looking at is definitely a whale play. Again, it's only $20 over the parameters I set for what makes a whale versus a dolphin. Okay, so by the time this opens up, because of time decay, depending on the implied volatility adjustments, this very well could be under $200. So therefore, I do deem it more of a dolphin play than a whale play. Nonetheless, we're looking at the AMD 165 put option that expires on October 11th. All right, that is $220 at the time of this recording. Now, this has a volume of 12,611 with an open interest of 3,630. Now, remember when I had shot the other AMD video, the open interest was well over 10,000, and there was multiple contracts that actually had an open interest of that level. Okay, so again, there's more people betting more towards the upside than that downside, but we still see a good amount of volume and open interest for the downside. So keep your eyes on that. Okay, that being said, I got another video coming out, one for two other stocks going for the way up and the way down. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and if we can get this up, I'll drop it. I'll drop the other ones tonight. Okay, and those are some bangers, just so you know, and everybody can afford it. That's it. This is Dr. Pharrell. Take care.